This thorn in my flesh is the only thing I got left, and it's so hard to confess when everybody thinks you're perfect.
What is up, good people? I am back. It is August 5th, 2018. Welcome back to Easy Speaks. First of all, let me address the people that make fun of me about the way that I open my videos. Y'all got jokes, but I'm gonna keep opening it the same way because y'all got something to say, so I'm just gonna keep doing it. I wasn't gonna change regardless. It feels good to be back in front of the camera, y'all. It's been a minute. And of course, when I take a while and I come back, usually I have something to talk about. This is no different. But I'm also gonna throw some Christian hip hop in it too, because I know y'all been missing it. So let me go ahead and drop that on your head. I have two songs that I want to talk about in this video, and I'll loop them in, and you'll get them, and you'll get links and everything. So we'll do that. But yeah, the peaks and valleys of life, man. It's crazy how life works. It really does. And if you're like me, you feel like, okay, well, everything happens for a reason, right? So whatever's happening, you better soak it up because it's happening for a reason. It's all about how you deal with it, how you embrace it, and how you use it to your advantage. But everything happens for a reason, you know? It's not for an accident. I promise you it's not. So the first song I want to talk about is called Cry For You by Lecrae. And it's Lecrae's chance to really jump on a song kind of differently than he ever has before, and really address the fact that he has demons and things that he battles with on the inside, right? And he talks about the fact that, like, oh, well, if you knew really what he goes through, you might just think about him a little bit differently. Like, you know, he got some issues, right? And that's no different with anybody. Everybody's issues look a little different, right? Or not issues, but things that, you know, they battle with look a little different. But, you know, he's no different either. And he beat himself up inside about it. And he really identifies with people in this song that do the same thing and feel like they have a public persona that they may or may not live up to. And he's quote unquote crying for you because he's been there, right? This song in particular is off of his All Things Work Together album. It's one of the songs that I think is really underrated, and that really is the glue for this album. I think anybody can relate to just about every song that I put out here, but Cry For You is one that I really do think you should check out. It's a good song. And then when you listen to it, listen to the rest of the album, because the rest of the album all works together. But the one-liner message really in this song that really blew me away the first time I heard it and really sticks and stuck with me, and I'm gonna read it so I don't mess it up. I can never be everything that you want me to be, but crooked sticks draw straight lines. Just look at me. Crooked sticks draw straight lines. Just look at me. We all crooked sticks. You gonna have some meanders, right? You feel me? But you could draw straight lines too. But also in the hook, you know, he talks about the elephants in the room. You know, the elephants, whatever you're going through in your life. And if we're going to talk about elephants, you know, there's an elephant in this room right here. This forum I've created. There's an elephant in here somewhere. So some people may know. Many people probably don't. Some may have heard from somebody else. But I have a daughter on the way. She will be here in December. And I wanted to get on here and talk about it because, you know, I've been a little bit MIA, and partly it's, you know, it's because of this, but I've had a lot of emotions, thoughts, feelings, leading up to just this point. And, you know, I'm about halfway through this journey I'm on, but, well, at least up until the birth. But, you know, I've had a lot of emotions along the way. And I picked this song because, you know, there was a point in time where I was really, really beating myself up inside about it, because it's like, okay, well, you know, given what I do here, right, and the cloth that I'm cut from and where I come from, right, I'm out here messing up in the streets, right? And I was just like, you know what, yo, what are you doing? Like, what is wrong with you? So, yeah, and I was just, that was just my thought process for a while, right? And I had to really step back and consult with a couple people and talk to people to understand that everybody's life takes a different track. You know, I'm no different. I'm no better than anybody else. I just happen to get on here and talk about it. I do this for my own sanity. But I'm no different than anybody else. And the reality is that this right here it's a blessing. Like, everybody doesn't have this opportunity. And you do. You are being me. I have this opportunity. It's crazy, but I have it. But it took me a minute to get here. And if you're not totally plugged in, it may look like, okay, well, this dude just got baptized and now a baby pop up. Like, wait a second, hold up. That don't add up. But the reality is that, this was one of the main reasons that I got baptized. I had been planning on doing it anyway, but, it was time. And it was my way of internally declaring that, I have a child on the way and I'm starting a family. So for me, like, I had to declare that publicly. I had to do that to really kind of put me in that space and declare that, like, okay, well, this is where I'm at. And publicly, this is where I'm going. So don't get it twisted. Ain't nothing changed. I'm still me. That's where it came from. It was rooted in this. Rightfully so or not, I bear the responsibility as the oldest cousin in my immediate family to be a role model for them. There's no more boys after me either. So, there are male figures in our family, but I am one of them. That's the reality. So I take that upon myself, whether it was given to me or not. I accept that as a responsibility. And so, everyone's life takes a different path, but I'm going to choose to continue to be a role model. That hasn't changed either. If you didn't hear about this from me, it's not because I didn't want to tell you. It's because I probably wasn't ready to tell you. It took me, a while to even feel comfortable telling anybody. And I knew that my family needed to know the most because it affects them too. But I just wasn't in the right space. I just wasn't. And I don't talk to a whole lot of people in the first place. So this wasn't, first on my list for me to go and like talk about. But here we are. And, I'm thankful. And that leads me to my second song. It's called Blessings on the Way by Jerry Manna featuring my man No Big Deal. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a more upbeat song. It's pretty cool. It's because I got a blessing on the way. I do. Yeah. Yeah, a little baby girl blessing. It's amazing. But yeah, me getting in front of this camera and just talking goes a long way for me. And it's really why I do this. Like I said, I do this for my own sanity. Like this is how I help cope with things. Not that this is something to be coped with, but this is how I get my emotions off my chest. If you want to drop a couple dollars in the GoFundMe account, I'm gonna have that popping, you know what I'm saying? Still living a humble lifestyle, you feel me? But a whole lot of changes right now. I'm trying to channel it all and truly live, the best life that I can for my family. So for any support along the way, I thank you in advance, and I thank you for everything that you've done for me to this point. I'm going to use it to my best ability, and yeah, just do this thing. Last thing, I'm wearing a Ravens shirt, right? Shout out to Ray Lewis, just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. Shout out to the Ravens, just won the Hall of Fame game. The game itself don't really matter, but we don't always get too many wins, so I'm gonna take all that we can get. But yeah, man, we got a Hall of Famer, another Hall of Famer in the building. We're going to have a few more in the next few years, so be on the lookout. One of the greatest safeties of all time is on his way in another year or two. So yeah, so last thoughts. You can judge me if you want to, but, don't. The bottom line is, if you pray for me, I'm going to pray for you, and we're going to keep this joint pushing, all right? So until next time, it was good to see y'all, but I'm going to holler at you.
Still drive the Ford Fusion like a go-kart. Me and Manna made a classic like it's Mozart.
Blessings on the way, blessings on the way. Look how far we gone, look how far we came. Blessings on the way, blessings on the way. Gotta thank the Lord, cause he helped me see the day.